Hi, welcome to Sprinkled Spoon. I'm Cassie, and today I have a spring Chex mix for you that is perfect to give out as little Easter treats or to bring to your Easter party and just have a little munchie for people to snack on before dinner. The first thing we're going to use today is some Chex Mix. Now, I'm using the rice one, but you could use the corn or the wheat or the rice, whichever one you prefer. So we're going to need 6.5 cups of this, and we're going to divide it into 5 bowls. So that's 1 1/3 cups for each bowl. Now I'm going to put these aside for just a minute while we do the next step. So next we need some pastel colored candy melt. So I have blue, light blue, and then pink, yellow, and green. Now this is not a pastel green, so what I'm gonna do is mix some white with it and make my own pastel green. But I will link to a pastel green on Amazon if you can't find it locally, or if you don't wanna mix and match like I'm gonna do. And then we need some white candy melts in addition to the ones I'm gonna add to the green. So I'm just gonna put my candy melts. We're going to need 2 ounces of each of the colored ones. So I'm going to put that into a little bowl so that I can melt these down. So here's the green one. I think I'm just going to do like maybe 1/3 of it with the green and then add the rest white. And then the last one we need is white. And we're only gonna need about 1 ounce of the white. So I'm gonna start with the blue one. It really doesn't matter. I just save the white one for the last usually. I'm gonna stick this in the microwave for about a minute, give it a stir, and then do 30-second intervals after that until it's completely melted down. So I got my blue melts all melted here. And I have a baking sheet lined with parchment paper and then one of my bowls of Chex Mix. I'm just going to pour the blue over the Chex Mix. Use a spatula and just coat all of the Chex in the blue candy melts. I'm going to take a couple of tablespoons of powdered sugar and just put that on top. You can do 2 to 3, whatever you like. And then I'm just going to toss that around and coat the chocolate in the powdered sugar. I think I will go ahead and add the 3rd one. Now that all of these are coated, we're just going to put this right onto our baking sheet. And then we'll just spread that out so that it can set up properly. And then we just need to do the same thing with all the colors. So now I have the pink one. I'm going to do the same thing. And just a note here, if you're using ceramic ramekins like I am, they will get very hot in the microwave. And if you don't watch this carefully, the chocolate will start to burn. So you need to just be cautious of that if you're using like glass or ceramic bowls. Now I cleaned my spatula off so I don't mix the colors together. Now it's time for the powdered sugar. Make sure you put the powdered sugar on right away too, because once the chocolate sets up, the powdered sugar will not stick. And then now we're just going to put the pink on here too. You can see I have some little clumps of powdered sugar, so I'm trying not to get those on the baking sheet if I can help it. If you want to avoid that, you could just sift your powdered sugar. And then we'll just spread that out a little bit. Then we're just going to coat this Chex with the yellow. And then the powdered sugar. Just put this one on the baking sheet too. Look at how pretty and springy this is looking. Now I'm gonna do the green and white that I had mixed to make a pastel green. I'm really happy with how this green turned out. It could be a little bit brighter maybe, but it's a good pastel green. So I'm just gonna add that to this one, this bowl of Chex. And just toss it around. I wanted to mention also, if you're thinking like, I don't want to go buy all of these different colors of candy melts, maybe I'll just use food coloring. I made the mistake at first of trying food coloring in the candy melts, and let me tell you, it doesn't work. So what happened is the candy completely seized up and I wasn't able to use it. So if you don't want to buy 4 different colors, you could probably do this with just like 2 colors. I just like to make things look very appealing to the eyes because we eat with our eyes first. And then we just need to put the powdered sugar on. And then we're just going to add this one to our baking sheet. So that's all for the colored ones right now. So I'm going to set this aside. And then the only one I have left is my white chocolate melts. So this is a smaller amount. This was only 1 ounce and those others were 2 ounce. So start out very slowly heating these up because they'll melt down a lot faster because there's less in there. We're also going to use these tiny marshmallow bits. So I'm going to have these right next to me and ready to go because once we put the white chocolate on, we need to put these on right away. Also, I have another parchment paper lined baking sheet. So I'm going to put this last bowl spread out on here. I'm going to spread it out as much as possible so that I can get white chocolate on all of the pieces. I'm going to put it in a sandwich bag. You can also do this with a piping bag. So I'm just going to stick the sandwich bag down into a cup and fold it over like that. And then we can just put our white chocolate right inside of there. Then I'm just going to get as much of the air out as possible and seal it up. And then I want to take off just the teeniest little tip on the end here with my scissors. And then we can just drizzle this right across. Then we're just going to sprinkle some of our mini marshmallows on. There's no amount of these, just whatever you want. And then I'm also gonna sprinkle some spring M&Ms on top too. And we're gonna put more of these in later, but I just like to get some to kind of stick to the Chex. Look at how cute that looks already. So we'll just let this set for a few minutes until the chocolate gets hard. So now I have a large mixing bowl. I'm just gonna take all of these colored ones and just put it right into the bowl. And then we can mix those around and get them all nice and mixed up. And then we can add the ones we coated with the drizzle and has the M&Ms and everything. You can just kind of break those up with your hands. They might be a little stuck together. And then we'll mix this all up. Mix it in with the colored ones. And let's add some more M&Ms because you can never have too many M&Ms. Now, if you're serving this at a party, you can serve it just like this in a bowl and people will be perfectly happy to eat it that way. If you want to give it as a treat, you can get some little treat bags like this. I have these free printable Easter tags. I have 20 different designs. So if you don't like this one, there are 19 other ones to choose from. You can just put a cute little Happy Easter tag and a ribbon. Then you have a cute little gift for a friend or a coworker or kids at their school parties. I'm actually going to take some of these to my hairstylist and my chiropractor as a cute little Easter gift. And then there you have a cute little treat bag. You can even make this snack mix for Mother's Day, since Mother's Day is in the spring and it has those nice springy colors. I don't know about you, but I'm a cereal fanatic as it is, so this is right up my alley. The M&Ms just add like a next level. It's so good. I hope you've enjoyed following along with this recipe, and let me know if you're gonna make it for Easter or Mother's Day or just as a spring treat. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.